I really enjoy. I've got my dumbbells with me, so if you have some dumbbells at home, grab them now. Make sure you use them in this workout. And if you haven't, then a rucksack with some books in to give it a little bit of weight, or some water bottles. Perhaps water's a touch too light, so maybe put some sand or some soil in those water bottles to give you that bit of extra resistance that you need for this workout. We're going 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds rest, working the upper body, as I say. First exercise is a single arm row, and you can do this two ways. You can stand up like this, pull up and drop, keeping that back in good shape, or you can copy me as I do it down here, one knee on my bench here, one foot to the side, and here we go. So 50 seconds of work starts now. Control the weight up to the top, bring it back down. In terms of the weight, I want to make sure that at the end of each set, of each round of the exercises that we're doing here, you shouldn't be able to do too much more. So ideally, no more than 10 at the end. So when our beep goes, it should be pretty much getting to the end of where you want to be, okay? If you're not, if you can do 10 or more, then your weight is probably a little bit too on the light side. But here we go. So we're breathing out as we lift. Back's in good shape, sticking your butt out. Trying to squeeze your bicep at the top. Lock it in, and also get that back involved here. So working back and biceps on that one. Switching it around, I'm going to go with my left arm now. Same thing. Take it out with a touch. Bring it up. Push your butt out, so making sure that back is flat. A little bit of a curve at the lower part of the back. Bring it up, back down. Now our next exercise is push-ups. Now if you can't do full push-ups, then what I recommend is you use kitchen side table, coffee table, or something like this. It's a little bit higher up. It's going to make it a touch easier for you, okay, rather than doing them on your knees. The reason I don't like anyone doing push-ups on their knees is because their core muscles don't really get fired, and you need your core if you want to be able to do some full push-ups. So find where you're going to do it now. You've got 10 seconds. Are you going to do them on the floor, or are you going to do them higher up? And make sure you have your hands wider than the mat, okay? Too many people try and do them like this, hands too close together, struggle to get down. That's a tricep push-up, and it's much, much more difficult. So hands wider than the mat. Rigid line through the body. We take it down, controlled, and breathe out as you push up. And as you come up, try and go up with some force, okay? So don't hang around. Boom, up to the top. Breathe it out. Now make sure your hips aren't sagging. If your hips are sagging, that tells me your legs are not doing the work that they need to. So they're going to be rigid. Don't just let them hang there. Okay, make sure you're pushing your toes into the floor. Drive up. Lift your hips up at the same time if you have to, so they don't get left down. So you don't want this happening when your hips stay low. So good work, one set done. 2 more to go. Our next exercise is a pullover. You can do this on the floor, or if you have a bench similar to this at home, then use one of these. So you're gonna hang the weight over the head, slight bend in the elbows, and back to the top. So working the back of the arms here. Obviously I'm limited with the movement I can do here because I'm on the floor. However, if I was on the bench here, it's going to give me a little bit more range of motion. Although I can turn this weight round. Just be careful not to drop the weight on your head. Breathing out as you lift over the top. Again, think about the weight that you're using. Is it heavy enough for you? Are you getting to the end of these sets with lots more in the tank? If that is the case, you need to bump those weights up just a touch more. All right, bring it up. Next one, bicep curls. So on your feet for this one. We're here. Let's grab these weights. I'm going to face you initially and then show you from the side. So we're here, you turn, bring it up, squeeze your biceps, slowly lower and turn. I'm partly turning just because these weights are quite big. You can just hold it in there. Breathe it out. Don't go too high. Common mistake is that people come all the way to the top and then resting. See how the elbows flare forward? You want to keep those elbows by your side at all times. Ten seconds to go. And then we're in the second and final round. Also, make sure you're not swinging back like this. A lot of guys do that. That's a no-go. All right, putting your weights down, back in good shape. One arm row, let's do this. So set it up. We're here, bring it up, squeeze, back down. Breathe it out. Easy stuff now, we know what we're doing. Just watch your back position. That's what I would say. With this exercise, you need to make sure you don't go in the hunchback and there's no rotation from your shoulders. Lock the shoulders in place. Control that movement, good technique. Tense the bicep and your back as you come up to the top. Really try and pull into it. Last few seconds. All right, other side. So spin around. Let's get ready. Off we go. So back in good shape. Pull and back down. So hand should be under the shoulder. Breathe out as you bring it up to the top. Relax. All right, so push-ups. Same again. Find your spot, hands wide, rigid line through the body. Let's go. So lock and load it, bring it down, breathe it out. Steady, not going at 1,000,000 miles an hour here. Control that tempo. And if at any point you're really struggling, rather than drop to the knees and start doing them on your knees, come back, few seconds, shake your arms out, go back into it. So looking for perfection, progression, trying out some of these trickier moves. And over the weeks and the months, you'll get better and better, and your body will change, and everything's groovy. All right, relax it. Pullovers. So, for the pullovers, find your C shape. So one C and a backward C. We're here, raise it up, kiss the floor, back up to the top. Now you can obviously do this with a bag, even a kettlebell, and you can double up with your weights as well. So in terms of doubling up, because this weight for me is a little bit on the light side, what I would do is put two together. And just be careful when you go heavy that your lower back doesn't start lifting up off the ground. So making sure that you can push that lower back in. If you're struggling to keep it down, just raise your legs off the ground. And if you want to make it an advanced core exercise at the same time, double bubble, push your legs out and back in. All right, we are done with that one. Bicep curls to finish. So shake it out, get ready. All right, up we come. So we're here, breathe, tense, down. Breathe, tense, and down. This is our final exercise. Come on, I want to finish strong now. Come on, keep moving, keep moving. And don't forget the tense at the top. The last few seconds. 2 and 1 and done. So well done. Popping the weights down. Breathe. Let's roll those shoulders out a little bit. Not too shabby at all there. However, what I want to say is make sure you're honest with your weights, okay? If you want to see improvements over the weeks, over the months, you need to start adding a little bit more weight onto each exercise, things like the push-ups. Sometimes you might start high, think I'm feeling good today, so I'm gonna go to the floor. You might do a few on the floor and then struggle. It's okay to come back up again. Then the following week, start down on the floor and perhaps go back up when you come around to the second round if you need to. But eventually you'll get to a point where you're getting better and better, and then you'll have to find other ways to make it more difficult for yourself, okay? So consistent progression, small increments, baby steps, okay? It doesn't have to be big increases week by week, okay? Keep it small. Small wins, consistent wins yield better long-term results, okay? So hopefully you enjoyed that arm routine. I know I did. I'm feeling slightly pumped up there, so I've got the blood definitely in my arms there for sure now. That'll wear off within a few hours, but over the weeks we'll be able to add that a little bit more muscle tone for you. And if you're struggling with the old bingo wings, this one is going to help. In particular for me, the pullovers. I love a good pullover. That really does target the back of those arms. And when it comes to bingo wings, bat wings, whatever you want to call them, part of it is losing the elasticity in your skin. Part of it is excess fat, and the other part of it is not having enough muscle tone to fill out the skin, okay? So that is definitely gonna help you out. And if you have any questions at all, give me a shout. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you